Hello everyone, welcome back to the Maverick channel, and those that are new to this channel, we cover crypto content. We try to look at trends in all kinds of ways, layer 2 solutions, what kind of technology a particular blockchain is building. For example, we like to compare, if you look at Ethereum all the way from smart contracts, we like to look at people like XRP, whether they're going to be successful or not, the type of blockchain that they're building, things like Cosmos, their interoperability standard. So we like to look at things and what they've introduced. So today I want to focus on a technology that was introduced by the founder of Filecoin, and I think this thing is taking over. So it's not Filecoin per se, but in and of itself is important because it's being used, but rather there's something that I want to introduce to you, whether you're new or you've been watching this channel. I don't think you're very clear on this, and this will be another trend that you can look at as you're looking at your journey as a way of understanding how this space is evolving and where it's going. And I think what I'm going to talk about is very, very important. So if you're into this kind of thing, please stay tuned. So guys, now after that intro, I'm going to show you something here, something extremely curious, and hopefully this will help you get started on your journey. So I've come to my OpenSea. This is my OpenSea. I have a bunch of NFTs here. Some of them were airdropped to me for free, but most of them I bought them over time. So like this bird here with the thingy, some of these were airdropped for free, like these ones as a promotion. Some companies trying to promote, and you can see this one over here with the multiple. I don't know what these are. What else? This one, the ape here, and some like this zombie thing and this guy with a hat. I got these for free, but I had to purchase an NFT which is called the Metadata, and I can show it to you. This is one of the versions. This is version 4. I've talked about this company in the past, guys. I'm not going to say anything more. Just take a look at it. Try and see what they're trying to do. And this is version 3 of the Metadata. I've done videos. Now guys, I'm going to pick one NFT here and I'm going to show you what I mean. It's something about something called Interplanetary file system, and it's the way some of these websites are starting to store their data. So they don't store their data like Google and Facebook, storing them in one server. Even if these servers are distributed, they're still owned by one entity. The interplanetary file system, the way it works is that you have different nodes, and these different nodes store information or store the keys, or not the keys, but rather the pointers to this information. And as long as people are still running these nodes containing this information, just like a blockchain, this information is always alive. No matter, even if one person deletes it, it's still alive. And all this is decentralized, and it's all protected by encryption keys. Now I'll give you a demonstration. I'll pick one NFT here that's minted on the Ethereum network. So I'll pick this one, for example. If I pick this NFT, I can go down here. This is OpenSea. I can copy, first of all, copy this thing called a token ID. Copy this ID and click on the contract address right here. So this is going to open a hyperlink that's going to lead you to Etherscan. So this is where you check, just like other blockchain, Etherscan is a way to monitor the Ethereum blockchain without running your own validators, without hiring a whole team of coders. But these guys have built a really beautiful interface to view your contracts, your internal transactions, what is happening on the blockchain. So you can come to the transactions or just stay where you are. I mean, go to the contracts after clicking contract address of this particular NFT. And remember, you have to also have copied this ID over here. I'm going to show you guys something interesting. Remember the NFT kind of look, this is the NFT's way it looks like. So when you copy that address, go to the contract right over here. So I'll close this here. Go to the contract, scroll over to where it says token URL. Type this token ID, which is a content ID, but I'll get into that later. Click query, and guess what? Something is going to be manifested over here. Now, okay, let me refresh this page. Maybe you might think it was already here. So let's go back to contract over here. Scroll down. Okay, let's start. Go to the contract right here. Copy that ID. Come to where the page opens. Go to contract. You know, go to when it brings you to Etherscan. Come to contract. You can go to internal transactions, events, and so on. Go to read contract. So there's code, read contract, write contract. Go to read contract, then scroll down to where it says token URI, paste that little ID that we copied in there and click query. Now, when you click query, it's going to bring up this thing. It's IPFS colon / and then a long URI. Okay, so you copy this. So this is like your HTTPS whatever, but this is different because it encapsulates your content. It encapsulates your content itself. So come paste it in here. When you paste it in here, it's going to open this thing, which is, I think, looks like a JSON file kind of thing. So you can see all this data is known as metadata. And don't be confused because Facebook rebranded to Meta. Don't be confused. Metadata basically is a name given to all this data stored in an interplanetary or in a decentralized manner. So it's going to give you these details about this, all the details you need to know about this particular NFT. So these details will never apply to anything else. So you can see this is a meta crew. So these are the names, the people of the meta key. When they created these avatars, they call them the meta crew. And this is meta crew number 4928. The meta crew is a meta key developed avatar project with baked-in metaverse utility, integrating with multiple present and future games and virtual spaces, a diverse and electric brand of pirates and pioneers exploring the infinite metaverse. And then the image is this. Now, you see right here it says image. Now you can copy this file right here, come paste it in your browser, and guess what? There you go. You have access to the image. This can apply to motion pictures, videos, and so on. So now, the people that built the IPFS, they created a very nice interface or a platform which is very popular. So there's different platforms where you can actually access this. I think one is called Pinata. Let me see if I can access it instead of, yeah. So there's something called Pinata Cloud, just like the way you see Amazon Cloud and whatever. But of course, those are more, they're more sophisticated infrastructure. But Pinata Cloud, for example, this infrastructure or this UI allows you or lets you upload stuff, images, videos, and so on onto the distributed web or the interplanetary file system, and this stuff is controlled by you. So it's an easy way to, otherwise you'd have to learn programming, learn how to create the user interface, learn how to upload all these things. And just imagine the steps. I've already showed you these steps. Someone can turn these into a program and then create a user interface that allows you to access this very, very seamlessly. Okay, so guys, this is known as the Interplanetary File System. The Interplanetary File System is a protocol and peer-to-peer network for storing and sharing data in a distributed file system. Okay, now you can see all kinds of documentation written about it by OpenSea, the biggest NFT platform in the world. Arguably the biggest, actually not even arguably, it is the biggest, undoubtedly, right now, or the most used, should I say. And of course, this place is very competitive. Now guys, this interplanetary file system was created by a guy called Juan Benet. He's the inventor of the IPFS, a new protocol to make the web faster, safer, and more open. And Filecoin, a cryptocurrency incentivized storage network, the IPFS project has grown into a large open source movement to re-decentralize the web, safeguard our data, and improve our applications. Juan is the founder of Protocol Labs, the internet tech research and development lab that develops IPFS and Filecoin. He studied computer science at Stanford University and is obsessed with knowledge, science, and technology. Guys, this is a bond that I'm throwing to you guys. If you're overwhelmed by what's happening in the crypto space, then you can look at what are projects building. These projects that are building, are they looking at the future in terms of embedding this decentralized kind of content or ideology within what they're building, or are they not? And if they're not, then try to think about it. Not investment advice, not technology advice here. Guys, I'm just bringing to knowledge to you something that you might not know about. So guys, this is Unstoppable Domains. Similarly to OpenSea, I also own some URLs or that are on this IPFS standard. So those that don't know Unstoppable Domains, these guys allow you to purchase domains if they're available of all kinds, and you make a one-time fee, which is normally around $20, unless someone has bought them and sold them back, or unless they're premium domains. So like here, this is nftblogger.crypto that I purchased using Ethereum, but that was a long time ago when Ethereum was still cheap, but Ethereum is expensive now. Now I also minted. It's very easy. You can come here, you can search for domains. I don't think I opened anything up, but if you open, for example, Unstoppable Domains, you'll be given an interface, and there's all kinds. There's .zeal, .crypto, .coin, .x, and so on. You can type a domain that you're interested in. Let me say food. Of course, food will not be available. Like food.x is already taken. Some of them are protected, but some of these were bought. Once you buy this, you either sell it again, or you hold it forever. You're not going to pay a constant yearly fee. Now guys, I'll show you something. Something cool. Now when you go, for example, Unstoppable Domains, you can go to manage your domain. I'm hoping it opens up, and you can input addresses in here, any kinds of blockchain addresses, and someone can send you crypto on this particular domain, and you'll get this crypto. So it's pretty amazing, and it just doesn't stop at that. There are other features that they continue to add onto this. You can see all these: verify your Twitter account profile, so you can have your domain name encompassing all these things. You can go to website. Now guys, this is just one company building this kind of massive effect, or using the Interplanetary file system. This is just one company. So imagine what other companies can build. Okay, so you can go to website and you can create website. They've created a simple interface. Of course, this is all still new, and you can even choose a template. So for example, fetching domain, this had opened earlier. Okay, let's try and go back. Okay, this is trying to load. So so you can go to create website, and you can say upload website files, or you can create website. You can go explore this, or for sale, personal, coming soon. These are just templates. So you can say personal, I can click on, say this is your page, and this is it. So I can modify this stuff. This is of course an interface I created. It's still developing. So I can create a mini website right now. I can type my name here, about myself, and so on, and I can publish to IPFS. And guess what? I'm using the Brave browser right now. The Brave browser incorporates IPFS. So if I type my domain in here, if it's working, like the other one, crypto, what was it? I think NFT blogger. I'm not sure if it's gonna open though. Crypto. Let's try. I created this months ago, probably 1 year ago. So I don't know if it's still integrated in there, or things got, and I didn't test before this video. But ideally, just like this picture opened up here, just think of it, the ID pointing towards this browser is supposed to open up my web browser as well. Okay, so if you set this up, you publish it to IPFS, it should work, and you can also see previews and so on. So this is, if someone types in your website, this is what appears, and guess what? You own this forever, and no one can take it away. No government can take it away. So a lot of articles that have been written about this. The Interplanetary file system is a protocol and a peer-to-peer network for storing and sharing data, and so on. So these are examples of companies. Protocol Labs, the guys that started it. Fetch.AI, one of the most bullish companies that I talk about on this on my channel. These guys have always been implementing IPFS. There's Ethereum documentation written about this, extensive documentation. You can find discussions about this, GitHubs, and so many other platforms. For example, this is awesome IPFS. So you can find platforms that have implemented deeply the IPFS standard within their products. So all these examples, and these don't even mention the crypto projects that have implemented them. So you can find something like this connecting Cosmos SDK, so Cosmos as well. There's something called Cloudflare. This actually appears in the document we looked at, the Wikipedia document we looked at earlier, explaining the IPFS standard. You can look at some of the documents they referenced. Protocol Labs, some are from MIT, Stanford, where the guy graduated. These are references within which BitShares, those that know, these are some of the biggest companies within the blockchain space. Brave browser that I'm using. So you can see the point of showing you all this. Of course, there are no IPFS tokens, and even the Filecoin tokens, I'm not really invested in Filecoin, so I'm just trying to throw you a bone of where some of these trends are going. So if you're investing in a decentralized exchange, you know guys, I'm bullish about liquidity and the importance of exchanges in the future, especially decentralized exchanges. Then ask yourself a question: are the companies you're looking at these kinds of standards, these kinds of metrics? Are they looking at the future in this kind of way, or are they kind of lagging behind despite them being deeply embedded in the crypto space? And if your question can be answered properly, then start looking at some of these trends when you're evaluating where you want to be in this crypto space. And remember, be in things that you understand. Don't just go into things. Don't just FOMO into things because everyone's excited about them. That's a very good way to get wrecked. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed something. By the way, there's so many other blockchains implementing this. There's a Polygon network, there's Cosmos, if you type Ethereum IPFS, if you type almost anything, Chainlink IPFS, you find that there is a documentation written about these projects, at least if they're serious. Okay, so I think that should speak something, and it should point to something about the importance of this and where it's going. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, most importantly, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care guys. Bye bye.